Is Furman admissions cutting the mustard? Look out for prospective students on campus this spring.
Also, ever wonder how Furman energizes their campus? We ask the experts.
Later we'll tell you why part of the Furman aesthetic is changing.
Finally, looking for a job? We have helpful news for you.
These stories and more on the Nightly News. 3, 2.
The following program is produced by students in the Department of Communication Studies at Furman University.
I'm Emma Gibney.
And I'm Arisa Fujashi, bringing you the nightly news. Is Furman admissions cutting the mustard? We think so. Jasmine Waits reports.
With every new year, there is a visible increase in the number of potential students coming to Furman. This can be attributed to the work that the admissions office does with maximizing their campus partners and working to keep the campus open. This year especially, the number of students in attendance at one of the university's annual Accepted Students Day was at an all-time high. We were able to sit down and talk with an admissions representative to find out why.
There was a larger group of attendants, primarily because we went from a format where we hosted 4 separate Accepted Student Day events in the fall. Now we've condensed that down to 2, which in turn maximizes our campus partners across campus and really this entire community in terms of opening our campus. So it maximizes that energy as well as utilizing our resources from professors to students. So it's more bang for the experience, if you will.
A prospective Furman student told us what she appreciated most during her time at Accepted Students Day and why Furman appeals to her.
I like the sense of community. Everyone was smiling at me, even people that I didn't know. Everyone was really inviting. I felt like instantly at home when I came here, and that's something that I've definitely been looking for in my college search, so that stuck out to me a lot. And the classes are really special, I think.
Admissions plays a huge role in shaping a campus and making or breaking a potential student's impression of the university.
Typically, admission officers are the forefront, like the first people that anybody ever encounters, whether it's for application purposes or just to network, or alumni that are excited to see us out on the road. So it's fun, it's very energetic, and it's always cool to help shape a college campus in the work that we do.
Admissions at Furman is always evolving. With the constant increase in student interest as well as an increase in accepted students, it's quite evident that Furman is the place to be. So come let admissions be the pallet to your den. This is Jasmine Waits reporting for the Nightly News.
New solar panels across the street will be turning on campus lights while also helping the environment. Kayla Wiles reports.
A 5-acre plot of land across Poinsett Highway has become the new home of approximately 3,000 solar panels. Duke Energy and Furman collaborated on this project to increase energy produced by renewable resources on campus.
Ties in behind McAllister Auditorium into an underground manhole. But electricity flows wherever it's in greatest demand. So even though it connects at that one point, it can be used anywhere on campus where power is being used. So electrons just flow freely back and forth in electrical wire and wherever there's the greatest need.
We had to install conduit on the ground for the wiring and make sure it was at the right depth, no damage. And we gradually work our way up to installing wire, racking for the inverters.
When complete, the solar farm should generate approximately 5% of campus electricity. While small, this percentage means big savings.
So the total cost of the farm is $1.7 million. Duke is funding $997,000 of the $1.7 million, and Furman is covering them the difference, which is a little more than $700,000. Yes, a large capital investment up front, but the energy savings coming off this farm are about $66,000 per year, and if you run the math on that, that's about a 10 to 11 year payback period.
The solar farm is only a few weeks out from powering campus electrical use. Duke Energy will conduct a final inspection before the flip is switched. This is Kayla Wiles reporting for the Nightly News.
The university may purchase more land in the future for the other 95% of campus electricity.
The trees on the mall are important to Furman's aesthetic. However, recent events could change that. Dylan Dudick reports.
Furman University is beginning the long process of replacing the oak trees that line the mall. Many of the trees are in poor condition due to the age, disease, fungus growth, structural damage, and decay. The removal of the trees has sparked various reactions across the student body.
I really don't want them to take the trees down because honestly, that's my favorite thing about Furman is walking down the mall under a canopy of trees. It's my favorite view, and I've talked to so many different people that say they want to transfer if they take down all the trees on the mall.
It's a huge bummer. I mean, they're really beautiful and it's gonna be sad when they're not here.
The current trees were planted 50 years ago. However, they were only expected to live for 40 years. The new trees have a lifespan of over 250 years and are anticipated to grow up to 70 feet tall.
I feel like the trees coming down is a necessary act because they're only supposed to live for 50 years or so, and it's been 60. And if the trees start coming down with every major storm, it's going to cause more harm to campus and the flow of traffic than good. And if they're taking the trees down during breaks and it's not blocking any traffic, that's fine. But I mean, it's going to look sad for a while and small and puny like it does in front of the library, but I think it's something that needs to happen. And by the time we're old enough to pay for these decisions with our donations, it's going to look nice again. So I think it's a necessary change.
The university's efforts to replace the trees will be done by 2024. However, the new trees will not finish growing until about the year 2050. This is Dylan Dudick with the Nightly News.
Furman Sigma Chi loves reliving their childhood while raising money for charity. We'll show you.
And get your hairs ready. The annual drag show comes to Furman. Here is Scott Tate with our activity segment.
Spring philanthropy events are in full swing on Furman's campus, and one fraternity has high hopes for this year's proceeds. Kate Lewis reports.
This week at Furman University, Sigma Chi kicked off their Philanthropy Week with a Capture the Flag tournament hosted on North Village Field. Sigma Chi refers to this week-long event as Derby Days, a competition among other campus organizations to raise money. All proceeds from the week benefit Sigma Chi's philanthropy of choice.
So Derby Days is Sigma Chi's week-long philanthropy event, and it benefits the Huntsman Cancer Institute. So today we are playing Capture the Flag, in which teams of 7 can come out and first to capture the flag.
Last year, the fraternity raised $3,000, and this year they already have raised $17,000. By the time Derby Days comes to an end, the fraternity would like to reach this year's goal of $20,000.
This is not our first year doing it, but this is the first year we're truly taking it seriously.
The 2-hour-long tournament was a single elimination for Furman organizations whose teams participated. 6 sororities and 2 fraternities came out Sunday to play Capture the Flag, with the kickoff event being open to the entire campus.
I've had so much fun. We're 2-0 right now, so we're about to go play the championship. So it's very exciting out here right now.
Sigma Chi is committed to eradicating cancer through its contribution and dedication to the Huntsman Cancer Institute. With the support of the entire Furman community, it is Sigma Chi's hope to continue to increase their turnout for the event in the coming years. Look out for the rest of Sigma Chi Derby Day activities happening on campus this week. This is Kate Lewis reporting for the Nightly News.
And there's still time to attend a Derby Days event for yourself. And getting your CLP requirements doesn't always have to feel like a chore. The annual drag show proves that CLPs can be fun and informative. Mary Kate Mackin reports.
Last Friday, the Watkins Room housed hundreds of students for an unusual CLP. Eros, the LGBTQ support community on campus, presented Furman's 2017 drag show.
Every year we have the drag show, which is a philanthropic event in which each drag king or queen chooses their charity and they perform, and if people like it, they give money to that charity. So it took us about a month and a half to plan. We had a leadership change and I wasn't on the last exec board, so we were all kind of scrambled for time, but the Furman alumni and professors have been fantastic with helping us out, and I think we got it all together.
There were 4 acts put on by various Furman students. Out of the 4 unique performances, Sandy and Danny from Greece took home the crowns.
This is my second time back at Furman hosting the drag show, and it was amazing. We've had such a good turnout the second time. The first time was lovely. I never expected to be in drag at Furman because, Furman has that reputation of, we're in the Bible Belt, it's going to be a challenge. But I've really enjoyed the support that Furman had amongst any other college I've been to.
The support for Furman's LGBTQ community was overwhelming as students gathered after the show to congratulate performers. Just a few minutes ago, the Watkins Room was full of supporters of the Furman Drag Show. Thank you, Eros, for hosting this event. If you're interested in joining this group or seeing what it's all about, they meet twice a week, Mondays and Thursdays, in the Resource Room in Furman Hall. This is Mary Kate Mackin reporting for the Nightly News.
That's all for activities. Back to you, Emma.
Want to know how to prepare for the future? The Career Center is here to help. Haley Schultz reports.
The Malone Career Center, located in the Trone Student Center, offers many services to Furman students. Their goal is to equip students to successfully market themselves in the job world through quality resumes, interviewing skills, internship and career opportunities, and more. Dr. John Barker, Assistant Vice President of Career and Professional Development, is a visionary for the Career Center.
My job is actually in transition. I have for the past 18 years been the director of the Career Center here at Furman, and our programs have been sort of broad-based in that we help students make well-informed decisions about their future, to be quite honest with you. That's our job, that's our challenge.
Even freshmen are able to get involved. Department Assistant Janice Knighton acts as a face for the Career Center.
I greet most all the students that come in, and a lot of times when students come in, they really don't know what they want sometimes, so you have to kind of pull that out of them. The first thing I'll say is, what year are you? Because depending on what year they are, if they're a freshman, you go a different route than you would a sophomore. Freshmen, most of the time, they're just wanting to learn how to do a resume. I mean, that's the first step.
One of the things that we hope to accomplish through this new reorganization project that we're involved in is to integrate the freshmen more effectively into career development, career planning. A lot of times when you talk to an 18-year-old about what do you want to do, they really don't have any idea. And I'm quick to tell the freshmen, you don't have to declare a major that first day or first week or first month or even first year on campus.
Take advantage of the Career Center's numerous services. Freshmen, make sure you get started early. Upcoming seniors, it's not too late. This is Haley Schultz reporting for the Nightly News.
Visit the Career Center Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 5.
Up next in arts, Furman students relive their middle school dreams at Fusab's spring concert.
There is a modern twist on a classic romance in a playhouse. Furman's theater department puts on a great performance. Here's Emma DeVinny with our art segment.
Fusab hosts a concert each spring featuring up-and-coming artists. This spring, they invited an old-school favorite, T-Pain, to perform on campus. Evan Talbert reports.
This week, students are talking about T-Pain's concert that happened last Thursday, March 30th, in Timmons Arena. Students began lining up as early as an hour and a half before T-Pain came on stage.
I can't believe T-Pain is actually coming to Furman.
I was super excited when I found out. I went to the Waka Flocka concert last year, and it was a great time. I think this year T-Pain will be just as fun.
Yeah, I was excited as well. I know he's a little out of his prime, but it's cool that he can come to Furman. Just being a small school, it gives us a lot of publicity, and it's cool just for being a student here about to graduate that we get to see T-Pain.
FUSAB, Furman University Student Activities Board, anticipated this popular response, publicizing the 700 available floor seats on their social media accounts.
People thought we were joking at first. I know when I told some of my friends, they're like, no, is it another country artist? I think I got that so many times. You're kidding me, it's not T-Pain. And I was like, no, I'm being serious. One of my friends who's a senior, she literally goes, I can graduate now if I go. But yeah, no, it was a phenomenal response. It made me happy because people were lining up here, and we pretty much sold out the first 700 wristbands within, I would say, a night, like a 2-hour span.
Furman students are already thinking about who they want to see perform on campus next year.
I think Fetty Wap would have been really cool. I know he's still kind of up and coming, so it'd be cool if Furman could get him to come.
Drake just came out with a really good album. I know
really expensive.
I know he's at his peak right now, but I think that would really excite the Furman community.
Definitely gonna acknowledge my stereotype here, but I would say Taylor Swift.
We'll have to wait until next year to see who FUSAB will bring to campus next. I'm Evan Talbert reporting for the Nightly News.
Come out to the Playhouse this weekend and catch a showing of Romeo and Juliet. The university's theater department has been hard at work creating a unique version of this iconic play. You don't want to miss it. Olivia Badley reports.
In fair Verona, where we lay our scene. From ancient grudge, break to new mutiny, where civil love makes civil hands unclean.
The Furman University Theater Department is putting on a modernized version of Romeo and Juliet at the Playhouse.
And it's really cool. The concept of the show originated in that it's kind of set in no man's land, but inspired by Syria, Aleppo, and so it's set in modern day. The costumes have harem pants and leather jackets. We have guns and knives. So it's really cool to bring a modern situation into a very pastime show.
Romeo and Juliet is open to the public, but for Furman students, it counts as a cultural live program. Since Romeo and Juliet is the last play of the year, all of the seniors in the department have starring roles. To put a twist on the original story, some of the traditionally male characters are played by females and vice versa.
There's this kind of fantastical element as well, just because the lines are very poetic and mention kind of celestial beings a lot.
The costumes are designed to have a Middle Eastern look inspired by modern war zones.
I really appreciate how they kept the integrity of the original Romeo and Juliet, but made it modern and relatable to college students. And it was just super intense, the way that they were incorporating different types of rock music and with the costumes, everything combined just made it a really amazing play.
Romeo and Juliet took 4 weeks to put together, from pre-production to opening night. Considering the intensive choreography, the department was focused on ending the year with a bang.
Romeo and Juliet will be playing April 6th through the 8th at 8 p.m. and April 9th at 3 p.m. This is Olivia Badley with the Nightly News.
That's all for arts. Back to you, Arisa and Emma.
That's all for news this week.
Join us next time for the Nightly News.
When I had all the twilight